You'll concede this is war. You'll concede this is war.
We haven't declared war. They declared war on us, but we haven't.
War, and Secretary Hicks said
we haven't declared.
Just now, you said this is war.
They've called it war.
They've called it war. What I was saying. Okay, well, that was a misspoke. What I was saying that they've declared war on us, but war is ugly. It always has been ugly. But we're taking out a regime that's been trying to attack us for quite some time.
But you're not.
Act their agenda. They want to purify Islam. They want to destroy Saudi Arabian Sunni Islam and then replace it with Shia Islam. That's what they say, not what I say.
Go up there. We're not showing you that because we're not going to show. The Israeli government does not allow us or want us to show where that may have come up, that interceptor. But I'm not.
God doesn't like what's happening. I don't like what's happening. Everyone says I enjoy it. I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy it. These two guys don't enjoy it. You know, people say, "Oh boy, they're so tough." I don't like seeing people killed.
Quote, Tuesday will be power plant day and bridge day, all wrapped up in one. In Iran, there will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. The president posting there on Truth Social.
So I just want to say I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
Because they killed 45,000 people in the last month, more than that. I think it could be as much as 60. They kill protesters. They're animals. And we have to stop them, and we can't let them have a nuclear weapon. Very simple.
President Trump told me the United States sent guns to the Iranian protesters. He tells me we sent them a lot of guns.
Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred. But we also won regime change. We have a regime change like nobody thought was possible.
Imagine in Iran that instead of spending their wealth, billions of dollars supporting terrorists or weapons, had spent that money helping the people of Iran, you'd have a much different country.
We have to take care of one thing, military protection. The United States can't take care of daycare. That has to be up to a state. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. We can't take care of daycare. It's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things.
Also, we have to talk about the incredible ally we've got in Israel right now and the military partner that we have with the Israelis right now. They have shown the power and the progress that you can find in technology in this new age of war.
Mr. President, did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
This is a short-term disruption for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain for the long-term gain.
Short-term pain be for long-term gain.
We're going to have some short-term pain with long-term gain.
Short-term pay for a long-term gain.
The Iranian hostage crisis began when Islamic revolutionaries overthrew the pro-American Shah. Anti-American hate surged after that.
You know, in America, women are allowed to dress, go to school, work, and marry whoever they like. Iran used to be like this, too, before they were taken over by radical Islamists.
This is the most important war since 1939, since Nazi Germany.
Pedophilia and inbreeding are rampant, and women are lucky if they are allowed to drive.
But to me, the case to eliminate this not only proliferation-minded barbaric regime, but to eliminate its international terrorist threat is ample justification for doing what the president has announced.
You know, God forbid that we ever have an Iranian regime, this radical cleric-led regime that is ideological and fanatical, to have their hands on the nuclear button. That is something that, you know, God bless President Trump for taking the action now and not waiting until we have a situation where not only Iran has a nuclear program, but is hiding behind tens of thousands of ballistic missiles and drones so that no one can ever get at it.
CENTCOM is issuing a warning to Iranian civilians, saying Tehran positions military targets in built-up areas. With the internet blocked inside Iran, civilian voices are difficult to hear. But ABC has made contact with some, like Hamid, who tells us, honestly, hope is difficult to find. The truly frightening possibility is that the United States might suddenly leave the Iranian people alone with these rulers.
And from inside Iran,
A harrowing account from a young anti-government activist in Tehran, bravely speaking out. We're not naming her to protect her identity.
It is very, very dangerous outside. Everybody from the regime has the gun. Most of them are very ugly and furious, and they have free will to shoot everybody. They don't think about anything.
She says people are happy the supreme leader's dead, but worried the war will stop before the regime is gone.
If you're going to be picked up by somebody who is going to turn you over to the Iranian, forces that are going to use you and capture you, or is the population happy that you're there?
There is a huge response, but the incoming fire is making it challenging because these first responders have to keep running into shelters. We just saw 2 civilians pulled out of the building and taken away. There are teams with dogs, and there are still firefighters working to put out the blaze inside of the building. This is what Israel is now dealing with, the Iranians directly targeting major population centers here.
Well, the B-1 bomber is a supersonic heavy bomber, one of 3 strategic bombers in the U.S. arsenal, which can carry a payload of 75,000 pounds, have now entered the fight and were used last night to target Iranian ballistic missile launchers, which are responsible for the scenes of burning buildings and chaos across the Arabian Gulf.
Did the United States airstrike a girls' elementary school and kill 175 people?
Not that we know of, Sean, and the Department of War is investigating this matter, and I would just tell you very strongly the United States of America does not target civilians, unlike the rogue Iranian regime that targets civilians, that kills children, that has killed thousands of their own people in the past several weeks, and uses propaganda quite effectively, and unfortunately many people in this room have fallen for that propaganda. So I would caution you from pointing the finger at the United States of America when it comes to targeting civilians, because that's not something that these armed forces do.
It was absolutely right that when Iran launched unprovoked attacks on our allies, including in ways that threatened our citizens, that we allowed the use of our bases.
I mean, listen, who knows what's going on? Donald Trump lies every single day. Clearly, he's not telling the truth. But if you accept even part of the Iranian statement, Donald Trump has agreed to give Iran control of the Strait of Hormuz. That is extraordinary. If you go deeper into the statement from the Iranian National Security Council, they claim that Trump has also agreed to Iran's right to enrichment, to suspend all sanctions against Iran, and to allow Iran to keep their missile program, their drone program, and their nuclear program. Now, who knows if any of that is true, but if at the very least this agreement gives Iran the right to control the strait, that is cataclysmic.
Iran still has its nuclear stockpile. Its nuclear ambitions are still unchecked, if not accelerated.
This deadline that President Trump has set, 8 p.m., has threatened to destroy a civilization. How does an investor process that? Is it a bigger upside risk or downside risk?